All right, guys.
Well, that's cheap. Yeah, go on.
I think I got it right. I scheduled it, and I'm trying to make sure it goes live because I need to give people a warning so they know what's going on. Let me just do a sound check before you guys start doing all the juicy ideas.
Yeah, we have a lot of juicy ideas.
I'm hearing from the data center tomorrow. I think they had their last interview today.
Nice. Who are you going against?
Nah, like they're probably
sound
smaller
check,
than me.
1, 2, 3.
Some small French guy.
We will see. We will see.
some small French guy, 5'2".
Let me see
All right,
here.
can you guys hear me? Just can you guys confirm that you hear me? 1, 2.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Gerald, are you hearing me still good?
Yes, clearly.
Gerald?
Yeah, I got a pretty good mic cell.
Yeah, he spent enough money on it, I guess.
I brought my Saab out from storage today. It was nice. The weather in Norway is getting nicer.
Okay, sorry, I was listening on the other headphones. Okay,
Oh, nice.
so I think we're good to get started. Let me get a good chart visual. And should we put music on? I'm hit or miss on the music. You know, I make value pig songs, AI songs for the channel, so I don't have to get copyright.
Oh yeah.
Let me play a little bit. All right, cool. So, what did you guys trade today?
I haven't traded any. I've just been researching really. So Gerald is muted. I've been looking into ELF. I think it's interesting, and they won't get too much affected by, because they're like, it's a consumer, right? A lot of people use it, and I think it will do really good even if it's tariffs on it. So, and it also have pretty decent growth, and you said, Gerald, that it would probably do well. Like, yeah. So, and the price, like,
probably hit 96.
Right.
I think the price on it is 96.
No. So I wanna buy that. We will see. And then I started looking at Palantir, and holy, that growth on it, it's freaking crazy. But it's not. It's also crazy having a valuation of 400. Like, it doesn't make sense. So yeah, I've not been doing too much today. I had my main focus for me for this day was to get my summer car out of storage. One of them. That was the main goal.
Wait.
Nice.
But, you gotta get your car in and out of storage depending on the weather.
Yeah, I put it away for the winter. So
what's your summer car?
I got two Saab 9000s, 2.3 liter turbos.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just some fun cars.
Yeah, my car is also in storage.
It is?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the front bumper to be replaced.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a 911 Carrera 4.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
I'm setting up the. I want to be able to show the Discord in the chat.
Yeah.
Because
Why can't I add a watch list in my on TradingView? It's weird.
You should be able to. At least one. You have the regular trading view?
No, I have the essential one, I think.
You should be able, should have one, at least one. Because my girlfriend's platform, she has one.
I just think I'll fix this one.
Gerald, you traded today. What'd you think about the Fed?
They're certainly gonna try to not stir the market as badly as these tariffs has done so. So I felt a little bit more positive about it. So yeah, so gap up. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty happy, and hopefully the momentum brings us to about 580 in the SPY, and then I think the Qs has a way to go. The Qs. Let me see the Qs here. Hold on a second. The Qs right now.
Oh yeah, that probably has a pretty.
Yeah, let's see the Qs. Yeah, 512. Is that right? 512. So I'm looking to see it pop to 512. Hopefully we get a massive candle either tomorrow.
You're looking at the daily,
Yeah.
512. So you're looking at the support to be a CM.
Yeah. Yeah. There is.
Do you have a call on it?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
What's the strike on it though?
Oh, I have a bunch. I've got like.
If you get Qs right, it affects your whole portfolio, right?
Yeah, of course, it's gonna affect my portfolio. I mean, yeah. There's so much. I have. Let's see.
Because Qs, if you hit that target, you're only talking about a 3% move in the Qs. Yeah. Which,
you think we do that before we fall down again?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yep.
100% you think that?
Yep. I believe that. I want to be positive. I want to be optimistic. You know, that's and plus I do have a buy signal, so I wouldn't say that if I didn't.
Right. So I think my win rate is like 66%. Like I'm doing really good this month, but still, like my regular win rate is 66%. So when I say I'm 100%, something.
The 66.
Yeah, 66% of that is what I'm I use 100% of my 66% chance of being right.
Right.
That's how I do it. I still cover my ass. Gerald, have you ever been wrong? Ever?
Oh, more than I can.
I've never heard you admit you're wrong.
Of course, I'm wrong a ton of times. But the good thing is that I'm able to adjust. That's the problem in a lot of cases. Traders don't adjust, and that's why they get crushed continuously. But now I'm able to adjust my trades and make losers into winners. Right?
Right.
Do you know
Right.
the odds, or do you track your stats as far as how many you get right versus how many you get right after you roll or adjust?
Oh, after I roll, right now my roll rate is pretty good. I mean, as far as like it, sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 rolls to get it. You know, the time, because that my time horizon, I've lessened the time. So now, since we started doing this zebra trade that we implemented today, I may not have to have as much. I may not have to add more time because they're so close, and I'm further away in terms of time. So, so most of my Qs and spies were in March, and I rolled everything to April. So I think I'm gonna get my my return back, since we're breaking out now.
Did you
so
do most of the March out of the money?
yes.
So I'm guessing there was a little decay.
Oh yes, 100% on that. So what I did do was I did a bunch of iron condors when we were at the bottom. That helped out. But I added so much of it. I had I think 40 to 50 contracts total. So some of those contracts was like, I was putting on like $300 to $400 trades here and there for every 10. So, and I kept moving them out wide. So
one of my old bosses used to trade like that. He would trade futures directionally, and then to cover his butt, he would do strangles and iron condors, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was probably better to sell the option when the volatility was so high, and that was my anticipation, that the volatility would die when it hit like 26, I think 28, or I think it was close to 30, right? 30, and that was my mistake. So I just didn't follow my gut. So that was a mistake, big time. So
it's your gut's fault.
And what was that?
Is it your gut's fault?
Also, my chart was telling me don't do it. And you got to follow your system. Don't deviate from your system. So, mistake.
All right.
I'm
just giving you shit because language is important.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the zebra
today,
trade.
Obviously, so the zebra trade I did on LYFT was let me see let's pull it up here. I did 6 of the 11s in May.
One second.
And I bought the $11 call for $1.
Is $11.80 right now, and you bought the 11 strike call.
Yep.
Let me draw.
And then I sold. Yep. And I sold the 3 of the $12 call.
Let's say, it's gonna be hard to draw because you did a spread or a combo.
A combo.
So let's do.
So I bought two. It was a 2-to-1 ratio.
And why did you like that trade?
Cause the cost. my cost.
Tell me about that.
Too. So I usually do a call spread 10 wide, right? So this, and what I like about this is, it's more at the money, and your cost basis is less. So I could have a higher cost basis, but higher risk. This is less risk compared to my call spreads.
Can you see the screen share? Can you see that chart?
Hold on.
Yeah, I can see it.
So I don't know if this is the best way to explain it, the way I wrote it,
Yeah.
but you bought two to one.
Mm-hmm.
So I did why would you do a 2 to 1 ratio? What do you get out of that? Tell me how it's going to behave.
Well, your $11 would.
Okay. Before you do
Well,
that,
you have an infinite return on your 11s.
let me help you out. Gerald, do you remember the movie Twins?
Yep.
I'll put a picture in the chat. They're supposed to be twins, wasn't it? Like a genetic baby thing.
Yeah, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
So one was the good-looking, attractive one.
Yep.
And the other one was like just not quite as good in every way possible. But they were twins, right?
Yeah.
That's what. This is how I was thinking about this when I was took a shower once a day. But twins, a nice one and a crappy one, and I feel like this is the same thing with this zebra. You have an exciting long call, and then you have like a call spread to help pay for the whole thing. It's 2 trades in one, isn't it?
Yeah.
But how does it work? Like, why do you have a short strike, like a short call on it?
No, because you have two of the 11 is the call,
Yeah.
and then you're basically buying 2 of the calls, and then you're selling one. So one is it's considered naked. The one is considered naked. But if you're wrong, that one is gonna obviously decay with your two calls.
The 11-12 spread is trading at about, what is that, 60 cents? And it can go to $1. So that 40 or 50 cent credit, potential credit, will pay for the extra premium in the 11. So the 11 should be worth like 75 cents, but it's 50 cents too expensive.
Right.
So we want to wash that down with this vertical spread that we're adding. That's the idea. It even makes, you did another one, Gerald. Actually, it's even more obvious on that one because that one's in the money. But
that was the AI.
Yeah, the AI one makes even more sense. But sticking to this example, instead of buying an out of the money option, which is cheaper but it's out of the money, the break even, for example, if we buy the 12, we have to pay to get that option. So 12 plus 68 cents or whatever, we're actually owning the shares higher. We're bullish right now when the stock is 11.76, but we buy this 12 strike and we're overpaying. We're paying somebody income to rent their stock, which is okay if it moves big. But Gerald and I know, like, sometimes you get bad months and you might be a month early, and that's annoying. So so maybe we do this one just in case it takes another month or whatever, or it just goes up a little bit and then takes off. Whatever the reason, our break even is better using this structure, the zebra. It's supposed to be a zero extrinsic premium ratio trade. But
Yep. And guess what? The LYFT trade is already up 10%.
is it?
Yeah.
Let me see the hourly.
Yep. It was at $2 almost.
Cool. So LYFT is
So-
acting right. Let's look at well, first let me check Rivian.
Yeah, you had the trade on RIVN today?
Yeah, looks like I could have got better pricing. What did I do on Rivian? Oh, I know what I did. I did a vertical spread and I bought shares. Not as fancy as the zebra, but this is why I wanted to get in. It just looked like it was going, and that's it. That's my thesis. It looks like it was going. I took a shot.
Sounds like a good thesis, sir.
Yeah. What is it? There's a saying: get a hunch, buy a bunch. Have you heard that one, Gerald? Get a hunch, buy a bunch. That was my thesis. I've been tracking Rivian. I go in and out of Rivian.
Yeah.
And when I drive around, I count all the Rivians. And there's so many Rivians that I just can't ignore it. That's really it.
You're following Peter Lynch, huh?
Yeah, that one's a Peter Lynch. Unfortunately, it's a money loser. Rivian is still a money loser. Let me see. They reported negative 47. It was before that. It was negative 97. Before that, it was.
Jesus.
Negative.
I see their earning estimates is year over year is positive in the sense of they're getting out of the negative.
Yeah, that is true. So that's a good point, because if we look at price to sales, when they IPO'd, it was ridiculously overpriced. Let me see.
Yep.
Let me go get the yeah. I remember people talking about it at my jiu-jitsu gym, and I was like, hell no, it's not a good value. But now the lowest it's gone is about 1.77 sales, and right now it's a little bit above that. That makes me feel good. It goes up to about 3.5 times sales, and then it gets bopped over the head. But yeah, Tesla in 2018 at the bottom, which Gerald did bring up Tesla at the very bottom. I gave you credit, Gerald.
Thank you.
Was 2 times sales. Remember that conversation?
Yes.
So
I think we did a video before. Before it got there, we did a video on it on the crash.
Yeah,
right?
When it was rolling over one time.
Yes.
I'm not saying Rivian is Tesla. I'm saying companies that don't have positive earnings, you can only look at price to sales and gauge value that way. So I did that with Ozone. Go ahead.
Yeah. My friend came to me a couple of months back with a stock, right?
Uh-huh.
And they do 3D printing with titanium.
Got it.
And but I was looking at it, and they're not making money. They're bleeding money right now. They have a pretty okay cash balance, but if they don't make money, you look at the price to sales. So I was looking at the price to sales. It's 60.
Whoa.
Yeah.
60 times revenue to lose money?
Yes, sir. I'm not buying that stock.
Charlie Munger says, If there's no cash flow, just say no.
Yeah.
Ozon, the Amazon of Russia. It was a money loser.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have this one. I can't trade it until the war's over. But that's good for me because it's a growth stock. It's like, what did it do? It's done 4x or 5x since I got it. But it was under 2 times sales, and it was losing money. And it's still under 2 times sales, but now it's making money, isn't it? Or close to making money. It's growing so fast, like 40 to 60% per year, and the what is it called? The sanctions actually help them because they have a financial department, and it's helped them. So now it's what, 4 times more expensive, and it's still cheap. And if I just looked at the chart, I would have said, oh, I gotta sell soon maybe. But when you look at the valuation, it's still dirt cheap. So because I think it could go to 10 times sales, I can't do anything. I shouldn't do anything, I should say.
Well, if they're making, like, what is the perspective of if they don't make money and you have the price to sales, right? And you are tracking that and suddenly they become profitable, then we just look at PE values and other stuff and just switching to that when they get the positive valuation.
Correct. So this happened with Palantir too. So Palantir, down here at the bottom, it was still negative. Let's see, right here, loser, and then they had a positive quarter.
Right. So and then they started rocketing.
Then yeah, the market also bottomed. The market was weak, Palantir was weak, and it was a money loser. The market bottomed, so watch. Let's go to SPY. The market bottomed, and around this time, I don't know if that's easy to see. Around this time, Palantir bottomed, Nvidia bottomed. Almost all the growth stocks bottomed. So that's why you're always going to be looking at SPY and Qs, because highs and lows will be good times to find highs and lows in your growth stocks. Would you agree with that, Gerald?
Yes. Hold on a second here.
The freaking balance sheet for Rivian is not that bad, really, though. I'm looking at it right now, sitting with 7.7 billion, and they have debt of 5 billion.
That was the thing with Palantir too. They had like 3 billion in cash just sitting there when it was a $6 stock.
Right.
There's this amazing article. I don't think I can find it. I have it saved somewhere. But Apple in 2003, I don't know why I was searching this stuff, but I was looking. I was trying to see some information about Apple in 2003. If you bought Apple in 2003, it went up 1,000%. No, 1,000 times. Not even percent. But they had, I think the article said it was a $15 stock, and they had, I believe, $5 to $10 worth of cash. So if you looked at the chart, you wouldn't have appreciated that. But when Apple was the cheapest, the price was almost negative. I mean, it wasn't really, but 27 cents now it says, but it was really like, I don't know, a third of that was actual risk. So is that 9 cents? You could subtract out the cash and realize it was even cheaper.
That what was the same thing we kind of talked about with Momo, right?
Yeah.
But doing a net buy.
Yeah, correct. There's another one. Here's a crazy example. I don't own it. I think I traded it for a little bit, but I don't think the business was great. But you'll trip out on this one. Yala. Yala, it's a video game company. Social networking and gaming platform. Their social networking is kind of dying off, that business. So they're focusing more on the video game. But it's a tiny stock. Market
Is it
cap,
the Yala Group Limited?
yeah, they've been rising.
So what's the symbol on it?
Yala, Y-A-L-A. So
Holy, what are these numbers, man?
that's what I'm saying. Are you looking at the cash?
That as well, and I'm also looking at their their gross margins,
Oh,
their EBITDA, everything. Their net is kind of crazy.
yeah. So
Their growth over 5 years, revenue-wise, is 40%.
yeah,
In the
like I said, I just couldn't make a case for the growth, but this is way undervalued. If you look at the balance sheet, the whole company, and remember I saw it when it was cheaper. The whole company, 800 million. But
yeah, I
there's,
see it now.
but there's 600 million in cash.
Oh, wow.
That is crazy. That is almost a net buy. Like if we didn't take into account the recent little bump it got, it will probably be a net buy completely, which is cash.
Yeah. So if it was trading at 400 million, but it has 600 million in cash, that's retarded, right? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So this
Well,
thing just broke out, huh?
Yeah.
It just broke out.
Yeah, it's been rising.
Like it just broke out.
So
Yeah, I did.
yeah. So here, I was only interested because I saw it below tangible book value. That's why it went on my radar. And sure enough, it's crossing through it.
So there's a possibility they could pull back to
I pray they pull back, Gerald.
huh?
I would love a pullback because
A pullback around 430.
Yeah.
430.
this was a $40 share at one point.
Oh wow.
So it was down
Yeah.
like 95%, something like that.
Yeah.
Let me see. 92%.
That is a crazy company found, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you see stuff like that, you know, it kind of messes with your head.
Like the risk here is like if it's just a pretty good company, it shouldn't be like almost no risk in that sense with them having so much cash.
Yeah, so there's a few more like this. There's a few Chinese ones, including Momo, but they just ended up paying out huge dividends. Let's see, Doyu.
Right.
So Doyu, where is it? So it just pays out these fat dividends. The stock was 20 bucks, and they paid out a $10 dividend.
That much.
Yeah, because
Oh.
they know they have all this cash. So they're like, we'll just return it to you guys. Okay, so here's another $10 dividend. So they paid out $20 in dividends, and the stock was $18. And they still have a bunch of cash. Look, tangible book value. So let me adjust with the dividends. Yeah, it's still going up. Even with factoring for dividends, the stock was $1 and it went up to $9. So Yeah, let me remove
Really?
that. So, I love this stuff. Tangible book value. There's still upside. If the stock doesn't go up, they just passed out the cash. They're like, okay, fine. Stock's not going up. We're
Well-
gonna reward investors. Here's the cash.
Oh,
There's one more Huya. I think they're doing the big dividend as well. $1.
Isn't Huya like the same as kind of the Momo and IQ stuff?
Yes, I think so. I think they're streaming, right? Streaming platforms.
Yeah, I think so. I was looking at that. I actually looked at Huya the other day.
Now look at the tangible book value. Huya has $13 in book value.
Oh, wow.
And the stock is trading at 3. So it could quadruple and only reach the book value.
Oh, wow. I need more money, sir.
There's no rush.
oh yeah.
Let me just take, you know, a couple of loans out.
Yeah, little high leverage loan shark loans never hurt anyone.
What can they do? They can come here. What they're gonna do?
Just pay 'em back quick.
I'm a big 6'4" Viking, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't collect on a Viking.
It was I think it was last week or something. One of the friends of one of my brothers asked if I could collect some money that somebody was owing him. I was like, I'll look into it, but I don't do that. I'm just a gentleman. I look scary. My girlfriend says I looked scary until I opened my mouth. You know, not scary anymore.
So are you part of the movie Lilyhammer?
Yeah, the Lilyhammer. You heard about it?
Heard about it. I saw it. It's so funny. It's the funniest.
It's funny.
It's the funniest movie I've ever seen. That's hilarious. The Lilyhammer. You didn't see that, Sal? Have you seen it?
No. What's that about?
Go watch it. Basically, a mobster ended up in Lilyhammer. You know, Lilyhammer is where they had the Winter Olympics, right? Many years ago. And the mobs ended up in Lilyhammer, and this guy, he's trying to live a different life, and then he ends up with these hooligans from Norway.
It's actually really, really good.
It is. It was a funny movie.
But with these stocks, Sal, it's just like kind of crazy, isn't it? Because it's not really that much risk in that regard that they are sitting on that such a big pile of cash.
Correct. That was Warren Buffett's. So let me backpedal. So Benjamin Graham, during the Depression, used that strategy, and the whole book, The Intelligent Investor, is about mainly that trade. Is a good chunk of it, corporate bonds and stocks for the long term. But Benjamin Graham and Warren Buffett worked together looking for these almost arbitrage opportunities. So these made Warren Buffett, these types of trades. So, you know, it must work.
It still works.
Yeah, I've traded a bunch of them, and sometimes they pop right away. Sometimes they don't. Like, let me see, ACB was a REIT stock that was trading below tangible book value. You guys should be able to see it.
It still seems like.
Oh yeah, it's back. But here's the key. like you want to buy it as far away from tangible book value as possible. You're trying to get a 2x. So ACB is a very good example because it is a money loser. Investors aren't interested until they get paid. They want a discount to book value because it's a loser, right? Just like a bond or a zero coupon bond or a pawn shop. When you go to a pawn shop and you want to sell something, they don't give you full price. They want some meat on the bone. They want a discount. So I was in this one. It popped. I got out. And sure enough, it's disappointing again. So it was $4 worth buying when the tangible book value is 6. I know King likes gaps. Maybe it goes to 380. But that was one. There's another one, Plume. Pretty sure it's Plume. PL.
How do you like get tangible book value showing on the chart like that?
Oh, this is somebody told me Riot was up. So let's say you go to what is it? Indicators, and you just punch in tangible book value. Make sure it's quarterly. Let me just make a new chart.
Oh, it's just tangible book value per share?
Yeah, per quarter. And then I move it up. You know how to do that?
Not 100%.
So
Do I just drag it, or?
So it's going to look like this on your chart.
I think you're lagging a little bit.
I'm just going to start over here. Whoops. Blank. All right.
Because yeah, I got it in the window below. I see.
So tangible book, quarterly. It's gonna be in a base lower level indicator, and then what you need to do is hit the dots, and it says move to existing pane above.
Give me a second. Because your stream has kind of froze where I can see if you're trying to do... Oh yeah, I had to add it that way. Yes, I did the tangible book value in quarterly, right?
Yep.
Is it trading view, Sal?
Yeah. Get with the times, Gerald. You gotta get on this. I know you're on that TOS.
But how did I move it up on the chart? You said?
So there's 3 dots. You go to the name tangible book value. You find the little 3 dots that says more.
3 dots, yes.
You look for move to.
Yes, move to existing pane above.
Yes.
There we go, sir.
So that'll get on the chart, but then you want to link the price axes. So you're gonna right click on the left price axis, and you're gonna merge
the left one, yeah. Right click.
Merge all scales into the right.
On the right.
And then,
there we go.
And then now we should show you.
Yeah, it moved.
Value. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Have fun getting rich.
Yes, sir.
See you on the moon.
Like if you well, I'll just keep spewing money into. I have to, of course, do more research, but It's gonna be interesting putting money into this.
You know
but
about
it's just
about
like
sizing? Do you know about portfolio sizing?
what like
I'm gonna make Gerald.
like well, people have different rules about that, don't they?
Yeah. Have you heard though? Anything?
No, not really too much. But Gerald probably has. You know, he's 100% right, so he should have a good one here.
Yeah. Gerald.
Hold on a second.
Are you getting trading view?
No, I'm looking for the. I'm trying to get it. Let's see if I have.
Let me get Grok to tell us.
Oh, really? Is Riot as well under tangible book?
I'm not sure. Yeah, barely.
Yeah.
And it was up. Depends on your view. Riot doesn't really get too deep below, and it is a money loser. So if you're bullish on crypto, I know you're more into the crypto.
Yeah, I'm a little crypto boy. Yeah.
Yeah, so that might be interesting.
Every,
You might be our crypto expert.
No, please, sir. Let's see here. But the Riot has like crazy swings.
Yeah, sure does.
Kind of interesting.
What, Gerald?
yeah, crypto is at the bottom right now, so I think it's gonna
The
bounce
bottom.
from here. The bottom, yeah.
How do you know that?
I'm kind of. I have like just a very small. Really small. You could pull it up. Horizon. I have a small bag there. Horizon, yes.
Is it stock?
No. It's a crypto.
Let's look at it. Horizon.
Yeah, it's the on the top
Zen?
there.
Zen, this one?
Yes, Zen, correct.
Cool. I've never heard of it. Tell me about it.
Well, it has been there from like 2017. So if you look at higher time frames, it had a higher price at one point.
150.
They have been developing. They had their of course they are proof of work. They also have built out sidechain to be able to have more transactions. Of course, that's kind of the main thing for a lot of cryptos. But right now they're actually moving away because I deem it as special for a crypto like this that is that kind of old but still innovating. But you have a way in crypto that you can do when you do transactions, and that's called CK rollups. And this is a CK, like I think this is one of the first ones that does a CK tier 1. What is it called again? Network. And they're actually going to start using an EVM like Ethereum and so on. So they're actually going away from proof of work and innovating even more. So I do think that the stock will the crypto will do really well in time. But to be honest, I'm just in for it because well, of course I didn't sell in the recent high like a stupid, but I do think it will come back and do really good, and probably I can get some money out of it because the money I have right now, I mined myself. Oh, no. So my cost is gone on it because I sold the machines and then kind of went even on it. So right now everything is profits. So I think I mined like, it's not much. I think I mined like 200. So it's like 2K or so.
That's awesome.
So it's, yeah, but it was like almost 10K at one point.
It always is.
So yeah, it always is. And I was just like, oh, it's doing really good now. And it was like Christmas Eve. And then, yeah, we went down after that. But I'm also, like, I'm still in some crypto communities and that kind of stuff because I like it. But, you know, it's a kind of weird one. I got people at work though, like people getting that are really heavy into XRP, like VET, that kind of stuff. And you know, they have like almost all their net worth in crypto, and they have like maybe 400 or 500K in it, and you know, it doesn't need too much of a pop, and then they can leave job, I think. In a sense.
Isn't VET chain the one that you can mine yourself?
VeChain, well, you can stake on it, I believe.
Oh.
I'm not too much into it, but the VeChain should be a way of securing goods in transport, so it will track like global, so it can't be tampered with. Like when you send a commodity or something somewhere else in the world, like, as I understand. But I haven't read too much about VeChain. But it's interesting, and you know, crypto is here to stay, it seems like. But I kind of just like stocks because it's more, well, I can't really feel it, but at least I can look more into it. It's a little bit more cloudy when it comes to crypto, because you can't really, you know, like you have BTC. BTC is a really, you know, it's digital gold in that sense. It will never go away. It's too popular now. It's, yeah. To be honest, it's just really good to put some money into it, I think. And then you have ETH, that is just like the crybaby here. It's and they have like, I don't know about ETH, but they have their ETH Foundation using a lot of money, just burning and going events and stuff. So I don't know how good that is, but holy.
I look at the
but then you have
Bitcoin ratio.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
And it's my understanding that Ethereum is pretty important for the altcoins, but for the rest of Bitcoin?
Yeah, you could say that. You know, it's the second biggest player, so of course it's really good, and it dictates a lot. But BTC mainly dictates everything. I do believe myself, but right now you have got a lot more. Like, you have Sol as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
That has just blew up. I don't remember the price of it. It went to like 280, 300. It's just crazy. In the previous
Trump coin.
Yeah. In the previous bear, you could see that it was like $3 or something, wasn't it? No, maybe not.
I thought it was.
It was just like crazy low.
I don't know.
Around 10. Yeah. It's just. I think you can see more back than 22. Yeah. At the low last time, I believe it was around $3. But it's a huge VC-backed chain, and a lot of people were dogging on it way back, but a lot of people liked it as well. And now it's just a big chunk of the, you know, it's one of the bigger coins. So yeah, there we go.
Oh wow, we're talking about way back here?
Yeah, way back there.
50 cents, $1.
Yeah. It is pretty crazy.
Even over here, it was $8, maybe less.
Yeah.
Let me see what the low was. $7.96. Maybe on some exchanges it went even lower.
Yeah, that is also the thing in crypto. It can get very spread out sometimes, at least with like very high volatility as well. I was like I said it yesterday. I think I was like in these meme coins, right? And it goes crazy, and a lot of people did that, at least when I was doing it back in 2022, 2021, before the bear, or it was 2021, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and you get so greedy so fast because you haven't seen that much money in some time, right?
So I just put the two charts. So
Say again. You posted?
I just posted charts. Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
That's the Beto. That's what I usually use when I see the bottom ups of crypto. So
What do you think then? Make the case. Make your case.
no, it's at the bottom of the triangle. So I have a buy signal on my system. So in the market, it's rising. So I think it also rolls with this positive market right now. So
You know, it has shooken up a shit ton of retail investors now. You know.
of course, but I the institutions don't care about those guys, right?
Yeah, of course.
They could give a shit about them, but but if we want to roll with the institution, so I see this popping out of this.
Do you think BTC will like reach new heights before it calms down again and goes into kind of a bear, or?
I believe so. I mean, I don't know whether it's gonna make new highs. Let me see here.
It's under that. Is it the 1,000 EMA? No.
No, that's only the 200 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
200.
I wouldn't.
So it
Go ahead.
it has to break out of the triangle to make new highs.
Right.
Yeah.
So if it gets back up and bullish and breaks out,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're talking about where we are right now. Just draw a downward trend line.
Yep. And then at the bottom, we're at the bottom of that trend, the triangle. So if you draw from the bottom all the way up to that axis, that's where we break out.
So let's say I'm gonna write this here for you, Gerald. Bullish if breaks out.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
I'll go visit Lilyhammer.
Sounds nice. Sounds nice. Could come over.
So I'm
Actually, I got one of my crypto guys that lives in Arizona, and I think about going there like in a couple of years maybe.
Oh yeah, we should. Oh, yeah, the data centers are being built. You're welcome to come here.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Norwegians, you guys are able to come to the U.S. no visa, right?
I think like just a visitor visa.
Yeah, but 90 days, right?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
You're like the Irish, anyways. They don't like to leave their place. between the Irish and the Norwegians, they're like, we're comfortable here. We don't need to go anywhere.
Yeah, Norway is kind of weird sometimes, and we don't really like talking to people either.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of a one-off because I just search for people. I really like to talk. I have a gold medal in just speech, sir.
for real.
I like the rambling.
That's true. So between the Germans and the Norwegians, they have the same culture, like in that sense.
Yeah, that we're kind of not talking to other people when we're out.
Yeah.
We don't really do that.
Not like the Spaniards, you know.
Isn't it like in the U.S. you kind of, when you just you're out in the street kind of thing, you talk to other people?
Yeah, I mean you
or you're more outgoing.
Gerald would.
Yeah.
Gerald will talk to anyone.
Yeah, I mean you know.
Gerald talked to him. Just pulls up in the Porsche. It's no issue.
Yeah.
Hello, ladies. No, you have a girl already, or a woman probably.
No, I mean, because they have a lot of clubs, right? They have car clubs, So it's
right.
like, it's not like a bunch of strangers. But if you're at a tennis court, most tennis players usually will play, with other players, right? I mean, they be at the same level, right? I'm sure in Norway it's the same, but there are probably more skiers than tennis players in Norway, right?
Probably.
Or weightlifters.
Strongest. I actually we had like a kid that worked today that's like 13, and he's because he was visiting for some school stuff, and he was not he didn't like gaming or anything. He was lifting weights.
Oh,
at 13, it's kind of crazy.
He must be like Arnold, huh? Or bigger.
Yeah, I was there eating my chicken in front of him, so I was happy.
I'm surprised he wasn't grabbing chicken.
Yeah. So Gerald is bullish if we break out of this triangle, yeah?
Yep.
I would like it, sir, because then I could just take some of the crypto gains and either put some into stocks, or I could... I need some new stuff here at home. I need to upgrade my PC as well, so it would be nice.
Oh, you're buying it?
Yeah, I had like my motherboard and CPU kill each other, so I had to rebuild my PC with some old parts, so that's no fun. So
are you guys? Can you use a server, or are you just going to use a PC?
Isn't that
What do you mean?
What are you talking about?
No, I mean, well, server they tend to be a lot more powerful than just a PC, right? So it's just louder. Just requires more power and more.
Well, I do have I have a setup with. I'll show you. Wait a second.
What kind of GPU are you using?
Nothing special. 3070 Ti.
Oh, okay.
Let me see here. I can turn this on. Let's see here.
Yeah. My kids, they build their own stuff.
I have it like this right now. With like 3 screens.
Oh wow.
So that's pretty nice. But my PC is just like my PC is not handling it too well. So.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of slow.
Yeah, well, the old parts is not helping, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm building with a 9800X3D AMD CPU. I have to do that now because I bought AMD stock, sir.
Yeah.
So
Trying to pump your bags.
Yeah,
Yes.
pump your own bags.
well, after you talked about it, it's like popping a little bit. Today, it's what is it up today? 2.6%.
Yeah, it's because I talked about it on stream.
Yeah, that is the main thing. So
his spit made it go up.
what was all that text? Gerald thinks 120.
Yep, 120.
So you think 120, and then we kill all down again.
No problem. No, it made, yeah. I could see it hitting 120. No problem.
Like I wanna buy this stock to be like I see the growth, and I think that in 5 years this stock is probably hitting some pretty nutty prices, like 500, maybe 400, something like that. Sell used at about 440 or something in a pretty good scenario, of course.
I even got a estimate to 700.
Right.
Yeah, I could see this popping tomorrow at 120, 115 tomorrow. I could see a big candle coming out of this thing.
Right. So, what do you deem is the best way to attack this to acquire more shares? If we pop.
You could use an option.
Oh, of course.
Go ahead, Gerald. Answer this. We'll give him multiple opinions. Tell him, Gerald, what's a good strategy for long term?
Oh, hold on a second. We just did one, didn't we?
Yeah, but
We just did the.
a sentence isn't a strategy.
No, I know.
Fill in the gaps.
What? Hold on a second here. This is your AMD trade. Let me see. What is this? I'm just zooming into this AMD trade you're looking at.
Yeah. Let's do a decade map.
Yep.
So let's do. I'll do this like this. AMD times 100. Because I had too many lines on the real chart.
Oh, what is this? You made your own in that sense?
Yeah, this is just 100 shares of AMD. I've done this before. Apparently, I got lines on this one too. You didn't know you could do that?
I didn't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool things you can do. Like you can do AMD divided by NVIDIA.
That's kind of you setting 100 shares is my target for amount of AMD shares. So that's kind of funny.
Perfect. Like when I do futures, US futures divided by 10, because I want to know the SPY price. You can do that. You can do silver divided by money supply, and then it'll show that silver is still cheap. So don't sell your silver. If you want to get a future price of silver, you can M2 times 22 and a bunch of zeros.
Hang tight, guys. Take a
Yeah.
break real quick.
Take a break. So this is how I try to estimate the future price of silver. So silver right now is roughly close to $34.
Right.
But in order for silver to match the price it was in 2011, it would have to go to 117.
Oh well.
And the 1980 price, $250.
Do you think like of course every like a lot of portfolios should have kind of silver or gold as a portion of it? Like a lot of people like that. Do you think silver is in that sense maybe a better choice than gold?
I can't answer that. I don't know. Like I wouldn't recommend it for anyone. To me, it's a commodity. Like I wouldn't tell people that you have to own gold. I personally wouldn't do that because it actually doesn't do very well sometimes. And I don't think the dollar collapses. I'm not in the camp that it'll collapse. I'm always trading metals, but I don't think you have to go into holding the physical. That's a personal preference. Everyone has to choose for themselves.
Like we talked about earlier about like portion sizing of your positions.
Yeah, this is kind of that conversation, but like, do I think every one of my family members should hold metals? I don't think so. If they could also hold a metals ETF, they can own businesses, they can own real estate, selling puts on GLD, selling options on industrial ETF. I personally, for me, think whenever it's cheap, I'm buying metals and then selling portions of them as a,
when it's expensive again.
yeah, and always
Yeah.
generating some kind of a like free portion.
So, Sally, you're drawing kind of a upwards channel, I see.
Yeah.
So you think you can use that to kind of line up?
Well, I'm gonna do AMD -1 just because I couldn't do it. So let's assume
Alright.
some kind of. There's a log chart, by the way.
Oh, all right, okay.
So if I don't do that, it's really skewed.
Ah,
So I'm gonna factor in some kind of growth. What is my? What is this one? So I'm just gonna grab the data for AMD. Wherever it is. There we go. $700 in 5 years. That's using 2 peg. That's the growth rate.
right.
So 5 years is 2030. Here's 2030. So I'm going to skew it like that. So the top of my channel will have 700 right around the top. So I don't know how it plays out. Let's see. You know, maybe we do boop, 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 boop.
That's a good snake.
Yeah. So whatever we have, potentially it can be worth $700 in the future.
Right.
If it trades differently, let's say it goes, I think Joe dropped. Let's say it just goes straight up first.
Yeah.
What would you do in that situation? What are your choices?
Like, would you trade? Like, would you trade it in the sense of if we shoot way off the Bollinger Bands, and we go into the oversold and the RSI, like crazy?
Say again?
That instead of holding it, you would sell the whole position or parts of the position to get in lower, because if it goes that crazy, it will like it has stepped so many steps, like because it goes too fast up, and then it will probably retrace at least a good amount
I would think so.
with time.
I would think so. So if you bought at 100 and then all of a sudden you saw it at 600 and something, and you said, according to your homework, in 5 years it would be worth 700.
Right. Yeah.
It almost makes very little economic sense to keep all of that position on.
Yeah, just sell it.
Sell most of it, sell half of it. That's up to you. That's up to each person, right? If you still love the
Right.
company and maybe some new information came out and they're still going to grow, and maybe the analysis has to change, and maybe now it's potentially a higher price.
1400.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know what happens along the way.
Like I said, I would probably sell. Yeah, maybe like when it hits the target like that is so far in the future, like you would have done with, for example, Palantir, right? That you would have probably then sold 2/3 of the position, maybe something like that. In that, yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Well, that's
Depends
part of
on
your trading plan. You need to think of those things before. Before I would have sold so early and just be happy with my 2-3x.
Right.
And then miss out on 7x, 8x. So, yeah, like, here's an example. Like I have Ozone, and I think I'm in for like 10K. And
right.
It went to 50. I have 50K in it now.
Crazy.
And I modeled out what could happen based on their growth rate. And
right.
You won't believe what I think could happen. Like,
what is the thought of it?
I have some insane estimates.
I see it there now.
Yeah, this is the futures price, which is not the same as the ADR.
Oh, okay.
But my estimate, if I can read my writing, is that my position by 2030 is over a million. Which, who knows? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I have no idea. but my math says it could. And I have valuation estimates, and I'm just blown away because this was like, it cost me 1 click to buy these shares, and I have some in a tax-free retirement account, so I won't even have to pay any taxes on it if this hits. And I think that's insane.
So you did that with retirement?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
You retire in 2030, sir.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be here talking to you anyway. But look at Amazon.
Holy.
Let's do let's get rid of everything. Let's say you bought it in the recession of 2001. Let's say you bought.
Right.
We're gonna say you 10,000 is what, 30,000 shares?
Approximately, yes.
So let's say you put $10,000 in 2001.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
You see that number, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you're 10K if you wait long enough. You actually,
So
in 15 years, you hit $1 million.
So is this kind of your new approach on a lot of stocks?
Yeah.
Where you see.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Charlie Munger and oh my, sorry.
Buffett.
They talk about and Warren Buffett talks about, you know, you want to buy a stock that you're gonna keep all like out your life in a sense, right? Like that you want to sit on for a long time, isn't it?
Yes. So in 2008, I was gambling on options.
Right.
And I turned 15K into 120K.
Oh wow.
Right? And I was somewhere around the bottom. And then I had a great idea, buy Apple. not because of the valuation or anything. I didn't know how to do that yet. I just thought, I knew it was expensive and then it was cheap, and I saw iPhones were coming out.
Right.
So I put that 120 grand into Apple options. It's not a happy ending. Okay. Apple dipped because I chose a bad expiration, and I got wiped out.
Wow.
Most of that money. Most of that money went away. Okay.
Holy.
You know how much that would have been worth today?
Probably an insane amount.
This is why I think the way I do. So first of all, whatever I'm going to calculate is underestimating the amount,
Right.
because I was in options. 50. Let me see if that's right. So let's just go with that. So let's say,
Yeah.
so conservatively, it's today $10 million.
Right.
Because I was trading
That is crazy.
options. Let's say I was 3x leverage. I was actually like 10x leverage. But. So that $14,000 that became $120,000. If I would have done it right with what I know now, I would have traded more conservative options, if at all. Went long, and 32 million, and that's not even the peak. 38 million is closer to the peak.
Right.
So the lesson is, it's not trading, it's not options. It's that if you buy a great business, it just keeps growing.
Right.
And I didn't understand that. Like the whole time, I still couldn't believe, I didn't understand what was happening.
Shit.
Yeah, so I take the log off. The log makes it more impressive, but really it's just grown at a steady rate, 20 to 30%.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
So just, like right now I have multiple stocks I want to buy after starting watching you, of course. After also researching a lot of them myself, I like them. But just choose the ones that I like, the ones that haven't popped, in a sense.
Not necessarily.
And that has, yeah.
You back, Harold? You muted. The other
Yeah,
lesson,
I'm back.
Welcome back. The other lesson I would impress upon people, and I had to calculate this. If you bought Apple at the top versus at the bottom, it feels like a big deal in that year. But when you actually do the math, it's not as big a deal. So I'll prove it to you. $2.15 and $3. Let's say financial calculator.
You're doing this on a monthly, huh?
Oh, it was a whole thing. You'll have to watch the stream. I'm not going over it. 2025 and 2008. What is that? 17 years. So let's figure out the rate. If you invest in Apple at the top, and what did we say the price was? $7 versus $3.
Yeah, it was $7 at the bottom.
$7. No dividends. I'm ignoring the dividends. And what is it? 250? 215? We'll use 215. It has to be, this one has to be a negative. So if you, that can't be right, is that right? Okay, we'll do 16 years. If you bought at the top, the worst time possible. It's basically 23%. If you bought at the bottom, 23% CAGR. If you bought at the bottom, it's 30%.
Mm.
I'm gonna do like it's not that bad to buy at the worst time possible. You still beat the stock market. S&P does 7 to 10%. You beat that. More than 2.3x. 3x the stock market if you buy at the bottom. And that I would have thought it was a lot different.
Hmm.
Including all the splits.
Yeah, it's factored in. Yeah, because think about it. You have a $215 sale. Let's say you're selling t-shirts. And you can buy them at $3 or you can buy them at $7.
What you're saying is that it doesn't matter that stone pumped today, sir.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. What the hell is this?
I guess what you're going to be concerned about is their future growth.
Yeah. You want to make sure the business is a good business. Future growth.
Yeah.
Profit margin. 100%.
Yeah, profit margin and future growth.
And also here you have the emerging markets kind of whip on it as well.
Yeah, they I don't know if they've totally killed China market, but I think they're the only company that hasn't left China, right?
Which one?
What, Stone?
No. I'm talking about Apple.
Oh, Apple.
They haven't left China like the rest of the other companies that left China that are U.S. companies.
Yeah.
Because we have to have a listening device in China.
Dark. That's dark.
Well, IQ is just over tangible book value right now.
Yeah. Let's look at IQ in a sec.
Yeah.
And so I got the Intelligent Investor for under $1 at the thrift store,
Yeah.
and that thing changed my life.
You did.
Yeah.
You saw.
I got it for like 80 cents.
Mm-hmm.
And that book is full of gold.
I have the summary on AI.
Yeah.
I actually bought it for my brother this Christmas.
You gotta make him read it though. Mine's
He's started to.
Notated like crazy, and I have the AI version on my channel. I got a bunch of good books on my channel, but you got to read it once. So, where's ExxonMobil? In 2007, oh, it doesn't go far back enough. Do you remember the largest companies in 2007, Gerald?
Before the crash?
Yeah.
Broadcom. I mean, you're talking about like household names, or are you talking about tech?
Just the largest companies by cap.
Oh, by cap. Oh, Amazon was one. Google was one. Apple was one of them.
No.
But the ones that got really beat up were all the banks, really.
So ExxonMobil, GE, Microsoft.
Yeah, Yep. Mhm.
Apple is nowhere on. Remember, Apple was tiny. It's number 33.
G.
I'm talking about like the
GE.
top 5 large caps.
Yeah. GE was one of them.
Like the FANG stocks of 2007.
Yeah, GE. Um,
Bank of America,
the ones that
AT&T, Citigroup, Procter and Gamble, Walmart. Walmart makes sense.
Pac Bell or AT&T.
AT&T.
Packard Bell.
AT&T.
Gerald's old, so he remembers dialing the rotary phones.
AT&T.
Gerald's phone number is 2.
AT&T. T.
All right.
Yep, AT&T.
Do you remember the largest stocks in 2000, Gerald?
Yeah, it was also, I think, AT&T, WorldCom. Who else was there? By market cap, those were the ones that I could remember in 2000. Anything.com had a CMGI.
I never heard of that one. You were
Yeah,
there,
CMGI was one of the largest companies back. Oh, AOL.
AOL Time
Yep.
Warner. Well, they didn't merge.
It
So
was one of
Microsoft, GE, Cisco, Walmart, Intel.
Oh, Cisco. Sorry, Cisco. Cisco was one of the other ones.
Yeah, I know you would have remembered that one eventually.
So, yeah, anything telecom in 2000 was the big ones. It was Pac Bell, AT&T, Cisco, Lucent. Lucent was another one. Lucent.
So here's my theory, and I want to hear your thoughts, Gerald. In 2000, 600 was the largest company.
Which one?
600 billion was the largest company. Largest
600
cap.
billion, yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's like as big as they got.
Yep.
Let's see. 425 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Exxon.
Yep.
GE was 368.
Yeah.
Looks like they had trouble getting as big as they were in the bubble of 2000.
Yeah.
And right now we've got, let me see. Infinite.
Well, it's also because of printing, so let's not forget about it.
Yes, I agree with that. So right now Apple's 3 trillion, Microsoft 2.8 trillion.
Yep.
But buying the biggest companies is not the best strategy.
No, not necessarily. No.
At the top.
Nope.
So GE was
Buying
168 billion in 2000 or 2007. Let me change it over. If you bought GE in 2000, you lost money at the top of 2007 because it was down. So you wasted time.
Yeah.
If you bought,
Yeah, I was telling Pete to sell GE during that time.
Microsoft.
Remember Pete Fenner?
Yeah, I remember Pete.
Yeah.
Microsoft 600 billion, 274 billion. So again, down 50% if you bought the biggest. 15 years later, Microsoft is, what was that? Almost, is that 8 times bigger? 10 times bigger. Right now, Microsoft is 10 times bigger. Is that 5 times bigger than if you bought it in the year 2000. If you bought Apple at the bottom in 2003, it went up 1,000x.
Yeah, they also changed their model, Sal. I think that's the other
Yes,
reason too that they're.
It was a bloodbath.
Right.
Let me go back.
It's also kind of comical to see Intel at 280 billion.
Yeah, what is it now?
I think it's like 80.
But
No, it had a recent jump, didn't it? Let me see.
Well, they have
Currently 112 billion.
Yeah, they have a lot of. The thing is, Intel has a lot of assets. Like they have a lot of assets.
They have their own fabs, right? Or are they coming online in?
No. They have their own fabs, but they also have a lot of real estate assets. People don't, really know how much asset these guys have. They do have a lot of assets.
Right.
So I made.
But
this
they're not
index.
profitable. They're not profitable in that sense. I think Gerald's probably wife or something is coughing a little bit.
Oh no, that's my son.
No, you have a son?
I have 2.
Well, would you recommend?
What?
You made people?
Say what?
Like, yeah, my girlfriend's 2 best friends are getting married this year, so they're also thinking about making people.
Oh my gosh.
And it's kind of contagious.
Oh.
You're a Viking. You got to pass on those genes.
Yes, sir. It's a scary part because my GF, she's what is she? Like 160, like 1 meter and 60 height. I don't know what it's in foot. But yeah. So if we're a little bit unlucky, the guy or girl that comes inherits the wrong genes in height. But yeah, so what are we looking at here? Exxon, General Electric, and Microsoft?
Oh, let me go back. I was gonna ask Rock for some sizing advice. So yeah, ExxonMobil, GE, and Microsoft added together.
Damn.
I feel like it's a ceiling. The largest companies create the ceiling for the smaller companies. But like, there's only so much money in the system. Like these companies don't go to infinity.
Well, we also know that the amount of money that's in the stock market is primarily bonds, right? So it's not just stock.
Yeah, I think the debt market. You're saying the debt market is bigger than the equity market?
No, way bigger than the stock market. Way bigger. Corporate bonds. Oh my god. Way bigger.
Market cap of all assets. I've seen that before. It's like 300 trillion.
No, massive. It's massive.
So you think, Gerald, like Intel will do really well in the coming years because of their yes.
Yep. Yes, I know the guy that stepped in as a CEO. So
Really?
yeah.
Oh, here we go.
He's a good guy.
Oh, he's probably one of the best guys on the street. He's turned around Cadence. He's turned around other companies before that.
Not really.
Really, really smart guy.
I see the valuation for them in the next 12 months. Price target $22.90, PE of 52. Actually getting profitable again. A peg of 0.1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
I don't know if he's gonna be just, He's not going to be squeezing or cutting, heads. He's going to be increasing that. I more of a direction on technology is what he's going to be primarily focusing on, and then pre-existing relationships on x86. So Intel they're tied into every server manufacturer. They've always have, and the only issue is now is how do they leverage both the business of the fab and also developing new technology in competing with NVIDIA, right? Because they have their own fab, right? But if you have your own fab, your cost of manufacturing is less and your margins are going to be higher. So as far as like your processor cost is going to be less if you have your own fab. Their cost is higher, but they have a good monopoly on their current GPU. But they're also running into problems in the cooling area.
Right.
Big thermal problems.
Well, they have the big issues with the 12-volt connector and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they have a problem there because the data centers have to retrofit in order to handle their heat. They have a huge heating problem in the data center still.
So that's why you're going liquid?
Yeah. Yep.
So you just, when you put the racks for it, you just have like quick connects for the servers then?
Yes, they're going to be running liquid cool.
Right. Interesting.
That's what the center's retrofitted for, and that's why Micro and NVIDIA are tied to the hip, and so is Intel's part of that, right? No one's making, aside from AMD, but they're so small compared to an Intel in the chip business, right? They're just growing because of their GPU business. So I would never.
You guys are both super bullish on Intel?
Yeah, I am.
I'm not really super bullish on Intel, but if they could get a CEO that would, get things straight again, and like we said with the fabs and everything, it would make so they would have higher margins and actually could get back on track. But
yeah.
And now that I have tangible book value on them on my chart, thanks to Sal here. They're really close to it. They actually were under at 19 before the tangible book value went down to 16.
And the other thing too that most people don't realize about Intel is they have Intel Capital, and Intel Capital, when they go through their exit strategies, add a lot of cash into Intel. Because Intel also invests in a lot of companies, both on the semiconductor and software side, right? But most don't know that. But I've been working with Intel for so long that I know where their value is, right? And their value is in their fab, and their value is in their capital, right? So it's not just in their ability to, come out with x86 chip and server chip, but also.
I just pulled up Seeking Alpha on them because I have not really done that, and that's actually some crazy numbers on it on EPS. I don't know how many are actually estimating that. It's a lot of analysts.
Well, it's expensive for this year. It's attractive next year.
Yeah. It's attractive next year.
Yeah.
I start saving now, sir.
The my worksheet is super bullish on it, and it says it could be worth between 200 and 300 bucks
Oh,
in
wow.
5 years.
Isn't the peak like $70-$80?
The old peak?
65.
Yeah,
65.
well,
65.
But
I wasn't supposed to bring you off track on where we were, so I just wanted to hear more about Intel.
let me see. I'm gonna factor in the dividends.
No, really, not more. All right.
So if you factor in the dividends,
No, but they've already trimmed down the dividends, right?
yeah, but the chart, if I don't factor in the adjustment for dividends, it looks worse. Because if you,
Oh, really?
yeah, so TradingView allows you to choose, and if you use the .com pricing, then it's a dead dog. It's never you never broke even since 2000, but it's not true. When you factor in the dividends, you did break out.
Oh, that's a really nice feature right there.
Yeah, I should work for TradingView because I'm a great spokesperson. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
So, where is it? Price to sales is 2. Price to cash flow is 12. It's 119 billion. However, I heard some stuff. Do you know that one dude, Martin Shkreli or whatever his name is?
Yeah, the one with that did the medical stuff.
Yeah. Well, he analyzes stocks, and I like to watch some of his stuff every once in a while.
Yeah.
And he didn't like some of the balance sheet stuff.
Huh.
On what? On Intel?
Yeah. He thinks there's some off balance sheet stuff that isn't shown on the financials.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So what they could
Well,
do?
they're one of the most savviest people when it comes to tax too. If you didn't know.
Well, I'm,
They're probably more savvy than most of any other technology company in the street because they've been around so long, So they're
So-
recognizing revenue, in certain places that,
so you're saying losing money is part of
More
part of the
efficient.
strategy?
Yep, it is. No, it is. It is. That's
And Wall Street is
some of it.
rewarding them
Yep,
by making the stock go down.
yep. They do. They beat them up that way, and then once it breaks out, you're like, oh man, I should have bought Intel.
So here's Seeking Alpha at its peak. They made $4.56 per share.
Mm-hmm.
What's the stock at? 20 something right now?
It's at 24 right now.
$24.
Yep.
So 5 PE.
I see a fake print on SPY Sal going to what is this now? Where is this thing going to?
So they went from earning $4.50 to losing $4.50.
586.
And what does that do for
That's where we're.
the SPY?
Are you trying to reintroduce common sense into looking at the Intel stock then?
Oh,
Oh no, just saying that I just saw the print on SPY.
Yeah.
and after hours, Gerald? What's the point?
After hours.
I don't see anything.
Hours. I do.
Okay.
I'm
What's
looking
your
at it.
What are you going to do about it?
Oh well, I already got the position, so just seeing
Nothing.
the
That
print.
sounds like nothing.
Nothing. That first.
He just needed to take us away from Intel now.
Okay.
Yes.
So here's the point. What is
Right.
AMD versus Intel. Gerald. AMD versus Intel. You can choose
What does
both.
it
You
look
can
like?
choose one. What do you do?
Buy AMD, of course, but I would buy Intel as well. So,
What's the ratio in your opinion?
okay, can you pull it up? I want to see it.
So let's say, how are you, why is a chart going to determine? So here's Intel.
Nope. Oh wow.
Monthly. I can
It
be-
actually touched under the book value there, though.
yeah,
Very
it did.
interesting. And it didn't like that, so it didn't stay there for long. It was just 4 or 5 days.
Are you looking at these charts, Gerald?
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm going to do a side by side so you can make a clear.
If I had $1 million, Gerald, what proportions am I buying?
Yeah. Which one's the faster horse? And how is the whole sector going to do? Answer those.
Well, typically in these semiconductors, they're considered cyclical, right?
Right.
They come in cycles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've been in a downward cycle. Usually, it's like typically anywhere from 2.5 years to 3. No, 3, 2.5 to 5 year cycles.
Okay.
So when was the last high of AMD? Let me see.
Last year.
Last year?
I mean, the recent high? Last high?
Yeah, recent.
2021
last high.
was that stock market mini bubble we had. And then
Yeah.
2024 was AI bubble.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. Right. So we should be.
Do you think Intel, because it's so beaten up, has a better chance of outperforming AMD?
Oh yeah. I think it has a better chance.
But is that thinking like, oh, this is just down more percentage from the top, so it's the better choice? It's more beaten up, as Sal said? Like, isn't that kind of I don't know.
Which
Yeah, well, I mean,
which is a better business, Gerald? Regardless of the price, which one is a better business right now?
so Intel has a better business if everything works
Right.
in terms of their fab, right?
That, yeah.
AMD is a fabless semiconductor, so therefore they have to rely on TSMC. So if
that's a good
TSMC
point.
says, "Fuck, I'm not gonna go print your shit," then they're screwed, right? And then since Nvidia is more of a pro Taiwanese company, they're more prone to print their shit over AMD. So Intel doesn't have to rely on anybody because they just have to adjust their tech, which they rely on applied materials for their machines, right? So they're going into the nano, it's more about,
Animators?
yeah, they're more the form factor, right? Size and form factors, right? That's why you see those chipsets, they're so small, right?
Well, the only issue with this was consumer though. That it's a small portion of the pie, right? Like Intel had some really bad issues where the CPUs were like corroding, right? And they had issues with one of the big things when it comes to, for example, gaming, right? well, now the sector is not that big for these companies compared to data centers, but like when it comes to CPUs, like the biggest one for Intel uses about 250 watts TDP, and the 9800 X3D for AMD uses about half. And that's one of the reasons is that Intel has kept on, like they are on a I don't remember how many pluses they had on their 14 nanometers. I think they moved on from it now. I'm not tracking them that much, but they have been just increasing power over such a long time, right?
Yeah.
And this is where my issue lies with Intel, that they're not, you know, getting better. And of course, it has been really good with their GPU division for retail, because they actually came with really good pricing, good VRAM. They came with a lot of good stuff, and then they had some drawback when they started testing GPUs with older hardware where it performed worse. And a lot of people bought these GPUs with older hardware, like with the 9800 X3D, it shouldn't be an issue. But at the same time, also AMD have had some CPU issues in the last time with 9800 X3Ds.
Everybody have those problems.
Yeah.
Right. It's your ability to react, right, and to mitigate those problems.
Yeah.
You know,
if it acted on probably.
Why are you telling us? Tell Intel.
Yeah, I've worked with Intel for so many years. That's why.
I was actually we were going on a friend's dinner, couples dinner, like a couple of weeks back. It's relatable, I promise. And this father of the girl is doing servers, right? He has a company where he installs service racks and a service for this. And I was just like, yeah, maybe. Do you do AMD or anything? No. Intel is like the one. So, and never anything else than Intel. So that might be a big thing of it then.
Explain that. So Intel's a powerhouse?
Well, you know, like Intel is probably, they have a good base for a lot of stuff, but I don't think it's kind of hard to, like, if you look at when it comes to retail and stuff like that, I do think that AMD has an upper hand against Intel, because they have like the whole CPU market. Like very few people buy Intel compared to AMD, but this is not where the money lies, right? It's in servers. And then you have the crazy AMD EPIC CPUs. That is just like insane. And if they get what is the new model from AMD when it comes to the GPUs for data centers? Is it? Huh?
Not the RT. What was it?
It's like i350 or something like that comes this summer, I think.
That's the next gen.
Oh, it might be i340 then?
Let me see.
At least I've heard crazy numbers on it. And, you know, if they keep on pushing it, it will do really, really well. Like, and this is the thing, like, you could say that Intel, if they get the ship rolling again, and this new CEO can get everything, you know, ironed out, I do think that Intel can come back, but and they will have an advantage with, you know, like Gerald says, with the fabs, and they they wouldn't rely on TSMC in that regard. But how much, like how big they can get, I don't know. Like, do we see that Intel and AMD at the same time could be a $1 trillion company in 5 years? Probably. But I would say AMD has the upper hand right now.
Let's see. The Ryzen, the 8000s. Which one are you talking about?
I think that for data center cards, I think Yeah, it's like i340. They released for consumers. They released 9070 and 9070 XT. They don't have a top line card for this.
You mean the AMD EPIC processor? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, that is like the main
Zen
thing
core?
for.
The Zen core?
I think so. I haven't looked at epics for so long.
Oh, okay. The Zen 5 architecture. I think you're talking about them.
Gerald, do you have any trades on Intel right now?
I do. Oh, no. I took it off. I wanted to pull back, which I got today.
Short?
So
are you selling
I'm gonna-
puts or buying calls on that thing?
I'm buying calls on
You're buying calls.
Intel.
You're buying calls on AMD, sir?
I'm doing both. I already have
Yeah.
AMD. I'm loaded up on AMD. I've got so much AMD. It's like crazy.
AMD is making money now. Like they're profitable. I have earnings per share down here. They're
Yeah.
starting to make, what is this, $1 a quarter?
Tomorrow is gonna explode.
Where
So
Intel down
Isn't-
here
isn't
makes
it
12
e-
cents.
Yeah. Isn't the EPS for AMD? Isn't it? It's gonna all go up 400% or something stupid.
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, let's look at it.
This is according to
See.
analysts. Not,
Of course.
Not my opinion, your opinion. The pros.
Yeah, 2025, $4.69 is a good number.
Yeah, $4.69 for this year. And
Yeah.
for 2029, almost $11.
It's crazy.
So almost more than double in 4 years.
Hey Sal, I gotta
Yeah, Jen?
jump on the courts.
Yeah. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty burnt out.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna do go as well.
Let's just wrap it there.
Yeah.
Gentlemen,
So
It's been good talk though, Gerald.
Is the sun up or the sun down in Norway?
Right now it's 10:30 and almost completely black here, so you know.
What time does the sun come up for you guys?
Well, now it's getting better. I think. Let me see. Actually, right now we're about to change hours and go like 1 hour forwards as well. I think. Can't I see the sun? 6:20 a.m.
6:20 a.m. is when your sun comes up.
Yep.
And for how many hours do you get the sun?
We get it for 12 hours.
Oh, you're getting. Oh, okay.
Yep.
So it's only Is it Iceland? Is the only one that's not getting it for, or further up?
No. You can be in north of Norway and you could have the sun like the time when you have sun all the damn time, and then you have the darkness all the damn time.
Oh, in northern Norway.
Yes, I'm in south.
You're in south, so you're getting it. You get a lot of sun.
Yeah. Like summers has been crazy here. We have like over 30 degrees.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But you're going to the gym?
No. I'm gonna teach tennis.
Teach tennis?
Yeah. I teach tennis. I have a lot of kids
I'm
that I
gonna
teach.
end this stream.
Oh, that's nice.
Hold on one